Hello everybody, this video to show you how to authenticate someone using RSA. So here we want to make sure that, for example, when someone sends a message to Alice talking it's Bob, it's really Bob that has produced this message. So in order to use that now, both of sender and receiver of messages have to produce a key set. So just like before, Alice has to produce a couple NE, which is public key, then have her private key, and actually Bob does the same thing. That is, he produces his own key sets where we know the requirements of the key set with his private key DB. Moreover, in order to authenticate themselves, both Alice and Bob will publish a signature, and actually there is no strong requirement on the signature with respect to NE or 5N. It can be any number. So what's the use of the signature? Actually, the signature will be used here to produce a value which can authenticate the sender of a signature. So actually here, if Alice receives some message or some authentication signature, we must find a way to make sure that actually it's Bob that has sent the message. So here, from this little picture, actually, we want to find some data or information that can tell us that only Bob can have this information. And actually, this information is here. It's DB, Bob's private key, that we know is the only one to have these values. So DB is a way to authenticate Bob. So sounds nice, sounds like we solved the authentication problem here. But on the other hand, Bob, even if he trusts Alice, doesn't want to send his private key. So the private key should be kept secret. So we must find a way to use this private key, but not showing the value of the private key. So that's where the signatures will here be used to produce a value using DB, but from this value, one is unable to find DB. Okay, so that's the core point of authentication, where here we will use DB to compute a value, but from this value, it's not possible to get back to DB. Sounds a little like the ciphering problem. Okay, so to be able to compute some value from one other, but not to be able, sorry, to get back and find the first one. So how does this happen? Actually, there is not one way, one simple and single way of computing authentication signature. Actually, what Bob would like to send is what I call an authentication signature, a signature from Bob to Alice that only Bob can produce and that only Alice is able uh, to decipher so that she can check from this signature, authentication signature, that Bob is the sender of the message. So the next step is, how can we build this authentication signature from all the set of values, public and private, that are shown on this picture. So that will be the purpose of the few next videos to come with example to end this chapter about our essay.